Arizona has so much to offer, but there are some serious things you need to consider if you're thinking about calling Pheonix home. There's the good, the bad, and the ugly coming at you right after this. No matter where you live, you're going to have pros and cons. As beautiful as Hawaii is, one of my favorite clients that we helped move here from Maui was telling us they couldn't wait to get to a new area to explore as they had massive rock fever after living there for many years. So if somebody says Hawaii is not perfect, I think we can agree that everywhere has its pros and cons. So let's talk about the number one pro for the greater Pheonix area is the weather. With over 8, even 9 months, 300 blue sky days a year, we have some of the most moderate weather. And let me tell you, in the fall and winter and early spring, even late spring, it is absolutely to die for. The benefits of this moderate weather are twofold for me. Number one is that I had severe allergies when I lived in California, borderline hay fever, I was on a breather, asthma, like I couldn't get anywhere near an animal. And let me tell you, here in Arizona, somehow it just disappeared. Now, I do have different allergies. So there is some times of year where the pollen count is extremely high and I still have to take my allergy medicine. But I'll tell you, it's not an everyday occurrence, which has just completely changed my life. The other is a lot of people with dry humidity are seeing the benefits if you have any kind of aches and pains, maybe previous injuries or surgeries, and that colder, higher humidity weather brings on those aches and pains. They have found not only do you not experience that heat so that pain as much in the greater Pheonix area, but your body tends to last a lot longer just because the humidity, just like appliances, there's wear and tear on it, and a drier climate is overall a much healthier place to live. Number two is going to just be the outdoor activities and scenery that you will get to benefit from this amazing weather. Let me tell you, if you are an outdoor lover, I don't care where you come from, whether it be Hawaii, the Northwest, the beautiful Oregon coast, Washington, California, I'm telling you, the beaches of Carmel and the Redwood Forest, I'm telling you, it has nothing over what we have in the Pheonix, or should I say Arizona area. I am telling you, the mountain views are picturesque. It is unbelievable. And it's not that far to drive to some of the more northern country to see some of literally the world's greatest one of the 7 wonders is Grand Canyon. Don't forget, it's just in northern Arizona, just a few hours drive from Pheonix. But living in the greater Pheonix area, let me tell you, all year long, there is hiking opportunities. I love paddleboarding on the Salt River. There's also several lakes if you love outdoor water activity, from boating to jet skiing, more kayaking. If you love hiking, my favorite. There are tons of desert trails right in town. You literally can pop on a trail over lunch, not kidding. Or you could just head up to the mountains in an hour. That's what I said, really. 1 hour, you will be to lakes, creeks, amazing mountain, tall pine trees. We're not just all desert. People don't know that. The scenery is just absolutely beautiful. And other outdoor type of activities, aside from just walking in the parks and local little fisheries. And there is all kinds of festivals that are usually from September to about the end of April timeframe. There's in the summertime, there's still farmers markets and some indoor activities. I love the swap meets that we have out here. They're indoors and they're year round. But this girl loves farmers markets. They go year round. You can get fresh produce and all kinds of benefits living in the Pheonix area year round. Think about that. Year round, you will have fresh vegetable, locally grown. And we also have a lot of local places you can get eggs, you can get pumpkin patches. I'm telling you, it's just endless. And no matter what age or what type of activity you are interested in, I promise you, it's in or around the greater Pheonix area. If you love entertainment, I started to talk about the festivals. I am telling you, here's the thing. Pheonix is in proximity right by Las Vegas and Los Angeles. So when big headliners are going out to these two huge destinations, guess where they start or stop afterwards? That's right, Phoenix, Arizona. So you can go to Las Vegas and easily 1 hour flight, or you could drive up there about 4.5, 5 hours, depending on how fast you drive. And you can go see like Celine Dion up there for $500 ticket, or you can wait till she comes here right afterwards in Phoenix and you can catch her for about 200. It is amazing, all the activities. There's all kinds of shows, there's theater, there's cultural events. I already mentioned the festivals. There's all kinds of dog parties. There's kids activities. There's church activities. There is, again, the singing, there's dancing. If you love being in club kind of activities, not only is there event clubs that you can go to, but there's massive meetup groups, there's hiking groups, there's mommy groups, I'm telling you, painting groups, there's wine tasting groups. There is an endless amount of entertainment. You know, one of the draws for many people in the 55 plus communities is they want to have that social aspect. Well, let me tell you, the entire greater Phoenix area is uber super social. I have to tell you, it's over the top in activities and diversity. You could learn how to make sushi. You can paint while you're drinking your glass of wine. It's unbelievable. I love the cooking classes too. All right. Let's go to the next one, and it kind of rolls right into it, and that's the culinary choices here in the greater Phoenix area. We have become on a map where people are coming here to see what we have for the culinary diversity and the over-the-top creative type of restaurants coming here to the Phoenix area. I'm telling you, there are so many world-renowned chefs opening up here in the desert. It is a completely new culinary scene. It's not just in downtown Scottsdale. It is all over the greater Phoenix area. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I really like the most about Arizona is because the labor laws are a lot looser than some of our Western states, it also affords small business owners to own and operate small local eateries. And again, the taxes and the labor laws and all the stuff over the top that prevent this entrepreneurship, like in California, you find it here in Phoenix, Arizona. You will find the cutest coffee shops, the cutest little cheese stores, or the little butcher down the street, or you can have taco shops. Wow, they are abundant throughout the greater Phoenix area. But I'm telling you, if you love that small feel, little mom and pop shop, when you walk in, you're going to find that throughout the greater Phoenix area. The next thing I want to talk about is I mentioned it a few times, the proximity of Phoenix, Arizona, compared to the rest of the country. Phoenix International Airport, keyword there, international, they already go to massive amounts of direct flights here in the United States. You can also go direct to Canada. You can go direct to Alaska, Hawaii, parts of Mexico, New York. Every major metropolitan area is serviced with a direct flight from the greater Phoenix area. I hope I don't eat my words on that. We are an American hub, a Delta hub, Southwest Airlines hub, and they're talking about adding a direct flight to London. One of the things living here, the benefits of living here is the accessibility to freeways and also fantastic streets. We don't have a lot of potholes. We don't have nonstop construction. And our freeway system has been carefully thought out. And one of the things I love the most about ADOT, which is the Arizona Department of Transportation, is they put the freeways in before the people need it. Unlike some of the other places in California and Illinois, you'll find that you have this massive growth. And then after 1,000 people, sorry, not 1,000 people, 100,000 people live in an area, they decide to widen the freeway or they decide to add on a freeway extension. Well, here in the greater Phoenix area, it's kind of the other way around. So you will see freeways that kind of go out in the middle of nowhere because housing is coming in. I'm talking more specifically about the 303. I'm talking about the new 202 loop and even the new 24 that is heading out directly east. We see constant freeway extensions, not freeway construction. So it keeps that flow going. The next best thing to this amazing loop system is our surface streets are all on a grid system. So everything is north, south, east, west. So if the freeway is a little bit backed up, or maybe you just don't want to drive on a freeway, there's a lot of people that just don't like that stress. The surface streets, if you're only going, 8 or 10 miles, you might choose to go to the surface streets. And the lighting on our surface streets are timed for commuting. It's not just building a street and putting a stoplight up that's red and green. There's a lot of thought that goes into it in the greater Phoenix area. So although we are the 5th largest metropolitan area, if you look at the rankings for bad traffic, we're not even in the top 20. So it goes to show you, although there is traffic, it's just not like any other large metropolitan area. All right, so let me get to the last good thing. And someone else said in one of their videos that our big city doesn't have the other big city issues. Let's just call a spade what it is. Politics. That's what it comes down to. Look, we were a red state. We are now a purple state. And if you think about it, what is more perfect than the most perfect balance of everything? And I have to say, through the craziness that everybody else encountered over the last several years, Arizona was very moderate. Now, not everyone's going to be 100% happy, but because we are right in the middle, we don't have the same problems that a lot of the blue states have. We do have homeless, but they are, believe it or not, kind of in a very specific area. There are specific cities that you can look up the political voting registrations and see where they are at. If that is important to you, you could give us a call. We can talk you through some of the city policies in reference to homeless, or also feeding or giving money out, donations to beggars on the street. I don't even know what the right terminology is. But if this is important to you, 2 things. If you're coming from a blue state, you are going to love how super clean the greater Phoenix area is, how the homeless is contained in certain areas. It's not in abundance as you will see in some of these other cities. And there's a lot of freedom of choice. Everyone gets along in the greater Phoenix area. All right, so kill me for bringing up politics, but all I got to say is we all just want to get along. Let's talk about the cons. There's definitely cons, right? The very first one that I talked about, the positive, is also the number one negative, and that's the weather in the summertime. This girl's not going to paint a pretty picture and tell you it's perfect in the summertime, because it's not. And so as such, just like me and everybody else, we all take vacations in July. So the 2 months that are absolutely just unbearable are July and August. And in July of 2023, we saw record-breaking numbers. But you know what? I loved it where I had clients that had just moved here to the greater Phoenix area in the June, July timeframe. And they said, if this is record-breaking, then we're okay. Here's the thing. For me, this girl, when it's up to 105, it's business as usual, and I can run around and do everything I need to do. Get in the shade, turn on the AC, you wear lighter clothes, whatever it is that you need to do to keep yourself cool and safe. But when it's 106, this girl just doesn't go outside in the middle of the day. I make sure that, again, there are certain things that you need to do, both from your car and also your lifestyle, eating, cooking, maintenance on your home. There's so many things that you put into your world living in a desert climate. You get the benefit 8 to 9 months out of the year. And as long as you take these amazing steps to protect the safety and just wellness, like mental wellness. In the summer times, you have to watch one of my other videos talking about this. But the summer absolutely sucks. Right? That's a total, not going to argue with you. Not going to argue with you. But you know what? I did go paddle boarding at the Salt River in July when it was 114 degrees. And it was okay. And let me tell you, the prize was sailing right by wild stallions, literally 2 feet from my feet. Yeah. All right. Number 2, that actually brings me to the next bad thing, and that is wildlife. If you are scared of wildlife, it's interesting how you can go to just about any area and there's something scary, whether it's snakes, tarantulas, alligators, crocodiles, mosquitoes that carry the Nile virus. Like there is always something scary, but it's new here. Because if you haven't lived in the desert, you're not familiar with a lot of our wildlife. You can scorpion proof your home. You can seal your home so it's not in your home. If you have little dogs, you don't want to put a doggy door if you live near a mountain or where there might be some amazing owls or eagles or vultures. We do have a lot of birds of prey here. Snakes, yeah, I'm not fond of them either. But here's the thing. If you don't go into their world, chances are they're not going to come into yours. But there's some learning that you need to, when you move to the greater Phoenix area, you need to give us a call. We don't all live in a mountain. So if it's a concern of yours, you just let us know and we'll get you to different areas that are a little bit safer, or maybe even frogs. Did you know we have frogs? You just got to give us a call so we can walk you through where some areas are more likely to have these critters or more likely never to see them. All right, here's the number 3 that I don't like. And that is that, God, Arizona, Pheonix, I should say, is getting so spread out. So spread out. And here's the thing. You are very car reliant. If you do not have a reliable car, if you don't have full glass coverage, because you're going to crack your windshield every single year, if you don't replace your battery every 2 years, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt. And it always happens in the middle of the summer. So again, there's some desert preparedness that you want to take in reference to your car. And I have to tell you, our public transportation just does not fill in the gap like other large metropolitan areas. If you live in the city of Tempe and parts of the city of Pheonix, it will be comparable to some of the larger metropolitan areas. But outside of that, the Pheonix area just has not caught up. We are one of the youngest large metropolitan areas in the country. And so we're trying to catch up with that public transportation, and it's just not there yet. The number 4 thing, I come from the San Francisco Bay Area. And one of the things I loved about that area, believe it or not, there is positives, is I love the diversity. I loved being able to just so many different cultural, food, festivals, people, neighbors. I mean, you got to learn so much. When I first moved to Arizona, it was not like that at all, like 0% diverse. But now that we have really been in the technology game, we also have aerospace. We have a lot of big companies that are moving here, especially in the renewable energy and the chip manufacturing space and medical and biosphere. I mean, there's so many things. Over the last 20 years, we are starting to see more diversity. I like that, but it's still not where I want it to be. Again, I really do miss that, but that's also why I love the southeast part of the valley. More specifically, Chandler and Tempe are probably the most diverse cities in the entire greater Phoenix area, and I mean that from every direction. So if that's important to you, again, let us know, and we'll make sure that we get you in the right area based on your needs and wants. And the last one I want to say is the drivers. I'll be honest with you. I'm from California, and I don't know, they seem normal to me. That probably says something, right? Yeah, everyone tells me how bad the drivers are here in the greater Phoenix area. So I'm just going to have to go with that. I do know we have a lot of drivers and accidents. I don't know why they going the wrong way on freeway entrances and exits. It happens a lot for some weird reason. All right, guys, if you're thinking about moving to Phoenix, I would love to have a conversation with you. What's important to you? What do you want to know? Give me a call. I want to be your source for sources. Whether you're thinking about buying right now, next year, please reach out. We want to be your point of contact. All right, guys, until next time, Sheryl Willis over at The Real Agent Now, and we hope to hear from you soon.